Hello, I'm back. Hi guys. All right, I gotta remove this one. That is not the topic today. Let me I forgot I was mute. Oh my gosh. How you doing? Sorry guys. I'm reading in the group chat in our chat room. How you doing? You're probably like this girl not serious. I was out and about last weekend. And I had to go to a wedding that we couldn't miss. And I absolutely forgot to communicate with you guys throughout last week. So let you know, but you like my hairdo. What's up? I'm here. Your favorite girl is here. You guys, look, I got one earrings in one ears, and then the other one you got none. And we here. What's up? How you doing? Happy Saturday. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me do my banner. Excuse me for being late to the party. Um, you guys, I don't care what y'all say. I'm still a baby mom. I got a baby mountain to do. All of y'all that say I can speak Kolokwa, here I am speaking in Kolokwa for you. But I'm glad it's the one earrings that's actually on is showing. So I ain't got nothing to say. Anything monkey do that fast, okay? Yeah, let me put this banner up. Tonight topic, we're talking about age gap. I need all of y'all that are dating men, women that are older than you, and you have that significant age gap. I'm gonna need you to come here. Let's talk about it. You guys, this podcast is about to be 1 year. September 29. 1 year. Oh, look who made it here. Oh, he made it here. Where is he?
What are you yelling?
Oh, lost and found.
Why are you yelling?
Oh, you know what? I need to put that. I need to put what the thing called that mixer. You know how it make the crowd go. Woo!
You just you just too much.
I need you to apologize to your fans. People have been inboxing me asking about you. My people, without further ado, let the man lead the show. Here is Jimmy you've been asking me about. He's here alive and ready to talk to you tonight. Jimmy, I present you to your fans.
What's the color of your problem? Yeah? No, no.
The, the,
Seriously.
the people been asking for you. Tell them where you been at. I ain't answering for nobody on this show. Oh, maybe I should screenshot some of these DM and send them to you in that group chat. Oh, I need to screenshot those DMs and send it to you. Y'all are doing too much in that group chat. Y'all making me laugh. But guys, welcome to the weekend. Happy Saturday. I don't know why I'm so hyped, but I'm hyped. Jimin is back on a very important topic tonight. the topic up. Let me put the banner up. You guys, you're gonna see me on there twice. But nothing's full. Mm-mm.
So are you trying to duplicate yourself?
No, I'm trying to use it from my phone so I can put the top the. Leave me alone. Talk to your people. I need to screenshot some of these DMs that I get into that group chat so it can make your day sometimes.
Yeah.
Somebody DM me specifically asking about you.
Ah, you see, that's a caring person. That's a caring person. Unlike you, you will never ask.
Jimmy, don't put our dirty laundry on the internet, please.
That's a caring person. See, that's a caring person.
Jimmy, don't put our dirty laundry on the social media. I know we want to go virus, but not this way.
Me, you not get our talk, say.
Oh God, Jimmy, leave me alone, man. Y'all are too funny in that group chat. What a co-host? Where is the co-host?
Hmm. As usual, the co-host is in a tight corner. He can't show his face.
Where is the co-host? I'm gonna do that so you can bring him out. Someone is watching. Shout out to you. Welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Fee. My name is Felicia. Tonight we're talking about age gap. And you guys, Jimmy making me talk, and I haven't even put the banner up yet. Let me do it really quick so we can get started, okay? All right, age gap. I probably should have changed that to marriage age gap or relationship age. Oh, y'all know what I'm talking about. So let's do it. Let's do it. I can't live. So, hey, Jesus, what is going on? All right, I duplicate myself, okay? How your week been? How life treating y'all? What y'all cooked today? What was something nice you did for someone this week? Or what was something nice you did for someone this week? Or vice versa. Let's see those beautiful things we did this week. You guys, this was, well, since I started my career, this week was probably one of the most challenging week in my entire working life. You hear me? Oh, I'm gonna mute.
So, okay, all the people who've been asking for me, I'm here now. You bring all the goods. I'm here tonight. You bring all the goods. And you are muted.
Shout out to Riverside Pro.
Where's Russell Pro? The Russell Pro guy, you know that he Republican. When you laughing in small letter? Mm, okay. Where is my girl Anna? Anna, where is Ben Reese? What happened to Ben Reese? Has she come on the show recently?
No, Barry is a basic college student, man.
Okay. There was another lady that came on the show once, and she promised to be coming. I don't remember her name though.
Yeah, sis Tenen, the timing. That's why I'm changing it, you guys. Big news tonight.
That time, I hope they will not affect the audience and the co-hosts.
I beg you, Jimmy, please tonight. I beg you. Jimmy, we beg you. Don't
So
make
who is
us.
this? Who is this person that came specifically in your DM to ask for me?
That's gonna be a sidebar off the camera. Oh my god.
And you have the mind to come on this big platform and announce that someone came specifically in your inbox. The trouble you want put me in. I will just bring my bundle to your door.
Jimmy, I beg you, yeah. Someone specifically asked me a question about you.
And you have the mind to not reach to me.
Because I
But
wanted you to come here first so they can see you here. Yeah, say
you came here and publicized it. I always knew that you are not good.
oh Lord. Oh my god. All right. So you guys, I'm done with the banner. There go the topic for the night. Real Espera, how you doing? How are you? Don't listen to this man. Is that for me? Who doesn't change the smoke machines? The smoke alarm.
Where is it?
That's a smoke alarm noise. What do you make of the phrase age is just but a number? Do you think age gap could lead to disagreement? That's why we're here tonight, Riverside Pro. You
Reverse
jumping
Pro,
the gun, man.
Reverse Pro, you in question. You should come here and answer some of the questions tonight.
Shout out to all our supporters. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sharing. Welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Fee. We got Jimmy on the line. Jimmy, where you been at? Talk to your peoples, because I'm tired of them in my inbox asking me, where is Jimmy? He was mostly about women. He used to help make a very balanced statement about he was such a gentleman. Do you guys know if he really is a gentleman?
It's a wonder that people who have not met me we we identify such a character in me, and but you who supposed to be a sister and friend, you know, family, is asking a question that is intended to derail my existence,
Oh my goodness.
character, and and make me seem like a very, very bad person. to, I mean, see,
Jimmy, you guys, you see
see,
what he does? Is he really a gentleman?
see, where did I go wrong with you? No, where specifically did I go wrong with you?
What you just said. That's where you went wrong. What you just said. You guys, please share the show. Jimmy is back. The most famous man on the show that you guys keep asking about. He's back. Okay. Let my ear hear small. Eh? Let me see Kolokwa small on here.
Chinchi, enough.
Oh yeah, yeah, want me to speak Baza? Bueno, I want to boy.
You play too much. What's your problem tonight?
I ate a lot of potato green rice today.
It's obvious.
Well, that's
It's
all I
ob-
know, you guys. Don't ask me anything else. Hi, Doing. Welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Fee. Okay, I'm ready to be serious. Welcome back, Jimmy. We missed you. I missed you actually on the show. Why are you laughing? Yeah, I'm trying to be serious. Be serious now.
you the one saying your own thing and you laughing, like you have seen the most funny thing, on earth tonight.
Jimmy, we miss you to the bottom of our hearts.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, let me stop this. Y'all, welcome to the show. Thank you. Someone said, who said? Oh, George Siebel said, interesting topic. It is. It really is an interesting topic. Let's read what River says first. What did he say? Oh, he's doing well. Thank God. Thank God. Great to be here. I haven't really had a lot of time to be on social media this week a lot. It's been a really crazy week. But we just want to say welcome. And hopefully tonight we can get to this bottom of this age gap situation that's going on. Um, but tonight's topic is before we even jump into the topic, I know a few weeks ago I told you guys that I wanted to change the timing of this show so that way we can kind of like get everybody else in Liberia. I think I got a DM from somebody in the UK that reached out and said they really like our show. They're learning a lot. And there were some things that they didn't really realize. And, some of the topic that we've covered here have really made them to, think about some things and their work in progress. Man, that really set well with me. And we're all work in progress. And most of these topics, honestly, it preach right to me most of the time. And, it's really good to hear from each and every one of you guys. But if you didn't know, on Facebook, you can actually review our content on here. You can leave a review for our podcast, which would be really great for us. Oh, you guys, my trouble has waking up. Let me go get my daughter. You guys, mommy life never ends, so daddy will soon be coming in to come get her. But like I was saying, we are planning on well, we are changing the show time tomorrow. I was actually going to do this today, but I haven't really been in communication with all of you. So I didn't want to change the show time abruptly and then some of you guys miss it. But as of tomorrow, we're going to be going live at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And the plan is the show will last for only an hour. Please, an hour. He scratched his head. If the topic is great and we have a lot of engagement, then we'll see how that time goes. but I really want us to keep the show time to an hour. Um, because I have so much going on in my life, and I'm sure you guys all do too. And then I don't think we really um help the situation where a lot of people get to view it, because when it's too long, it just drag on. So I really want us to keep it to a minimum, no more than an hour, 30 minutes if we go over. That's my plan. But I really don't want us to pass an hour. So tomorrow, by the grace of God, we're gonna try out that time, 3 p.m. in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time that would be in Liberia, probably around like 6 or 7. Jimmy, do you know?
What?
If we have the show here at 3 p.m.
At 3 p.m. Your time is going to be like 9 p.m. in Liberia.
Okay. Ooh, that's still kind of late, but I guess much better. Um,
I think 9 or 8. 9 or 8. Yeah, it's going to be like 8 p.m. in Liberia.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
So
yeah.
that's the plan. We'll see how that goes. If we can change it earlier, we'll see. But the earliest I could probably do. Oops, sorry. Sorry, guys. We got a little guest here. Um.
Go charge it.
So, oh, Kylie, come on.
We
You
have a
guys,
deputy. We have a deputy host tonight.
she's mad. She's not feeling too well, you guys. Waiting for Daddy to come get her. Um. But yeah, we got a little host tonight. Say hi, guys. Say
Okay,
hello,
so
guys.
it's it's almost it's almost 9
9 o'clock.
o'clock.
Yeah,
So
so please share the show. Let's jump into it. Tonight's topic, and we see River Whispers already jumping into it, ready for the questions. But let's look at it. It's 10. You guys, this thing is moving too fast. Let's wait. Let's come back around. Oh, where's my other phone? She said hi, guys. You guys say hi to her. Now we got two
hi,
people watching.
hi, princess.
Say hi. So it's significant age gap in relationship concerning. Is it concerning? Um I think I put the wrong banner here, you guys. But we're talking about age gap. There's a significant age gap. Um is it concerning? So Jimmy, you wanna get us started? You guys, I'm fixing something here on the banner.
So um, first of all, we need to know what age gap is because not everybody knows or have heard of age gap. I know people say a lot of things at times, but then when it comes in other terms, they do not understand exactly what it means until
Right.
you make them to understand. So in that light, age gap is the difference between the two partner ages. So let's say if a female is 18 years old and she has a relationship and that person is 25 years old, the difference between that age, between 18 and 25, is what you know we refer to as age gap. So the discussion tonight is actually says a significant age gap, which means a huge age gap, in a relationship. Does it matter?
Right.
Does, does it matter? and a said it's does said raise or a said concerning.
Right.
It is concerning. That's the topic we are discussing tonight, and we will be giving our opinion on it. You also, who is watching, you are also, entitled to your opinion. And if you want your opinion to be heard, the link is pinned in the comment section. So you can just click on it and join the discussion tonight so that we can discuss this all important topic, because most people have suffered have suffered uh psychological abuse based on the choices that they made, and people think that because of the age, the person have either make a wrong choice, or the person is in a relationship not because of love, but because of some other, interest. So
Right.
the issue of age gap, have received a lot of social disapproval, you know. Um, it also have received some family and friends disapproval of some relationship, because some, and also parents have also received a lot of parental disapproval, because some parents feel that their child is either too young for this person, you know, and this person parent might feel, or friends might feel, that this person is too very old for this person. So there are a lot of controversial issue in relationship that has a significant age gap. But the question we are asking tonight: does it matters? Does it
Right.
matters? Does it matters? Now, let me just give a little bit of background here. Now, the average age gap in a heterosexual relationship. Now, when we talk about heterosexual relationship, it's a relationship between, a male and female. Okay, it's a relationship between an opposite sex. So the actual age gap in, in a heterosexual relationship is 2.3 years. It's 2.3 years. That is the average. But then when we go, in other Western countries, there are 8% male and female couple with an age gap of 10 years in Western countries. We're not kind of Africa yet. 8% male to female relationship age gap of 10 years. Okay. And then more, there is 25% couple with 5 years, and another 15% male to female, male to male, male to male. Okay. Male to male is 25%. Female to female is 15%. So you see the gap? This is statistics. It's not me just saying it. It's not me just saying it. But most of the time, people suffer a lot of backlashes, because of age gap. And most of the time, people think that young girl who is loving to a man that is older than her, let's say 5, 10, 15 years, most people term it to be like she's only there for the money. They do not examine the emotional attachment between those two people. And so as a result, they begin to buy off either the man or the woman and make the person to feel miserable about their relationship. And sometimes if the person does not love the person, you know, they end up, you know, leaving that relationship and blaming it on the age gap. But age gap to me, you know, like in my reverse tune, it's a, you know, age is a number. In relationship, when it comes to relationship, I believe strongly that age is a number. What matters in relationship is
Really?
number one, affection, how you both feel about each other. There should be a genuine feelings between the both of you, and outside of that, nothing else matters. Age doesn't matter.
Wow, age doesn't matter. Well, thank you for that intro. That was great. Andrew, where are you?
I'm
Uh,
here.
uh,
Welcome
Andrew
to
will
the
always
show.
come. Andrew will always come here on audio. You turn off his video. I don't know. I don't know what you know. Anyway, I
You
will
know,
just manage.
I,
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 will-
I,
I will just manage to
I,
focus.
so, Alex, I didn't see you tonight, and I will just go ahead and say what I want to say. So,
How you will see me
I will
when you
pretend
behind?
I will pretend like you're not even on the show.
How, how you will see me when you behind camera?
Yeah, I'm behind camera. Firstly, my battery is low. I'm using my phone. My computer is messing up. It's taking too long to load. So I'm using my phone to log on, and my battery is running low. So I don't know when it go up on me where I is. But I don't let to put it. I don't let to get it unplugged, and I be using it.
My man,
Okay,
that's your family problem. Let's go
okay,
straight to the topic.
okay, okay. It's good to be back again for another splendid discussion related to some social issue as we usually discuss. Welcome back, Jimmy. After 3 months, you finally came back. And so we're happy to see you tonight on the show. And thank you for your own analysis as it relates to the topic on discussion.
My whole family.
Whether
My man, that's your family problem.
the significant age gap matters.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I think it doesn't matter. But we want to underscore the word significant. It's the key word we're discussing here. So significant is the key word, and I think there where we draw our line from. But generally, the age gap between couples it ranges between 5 to 10 years. Some reach at most 15 years. And like you said, Jimmy, in your intro, age is nothing but number. And I don't think the gap in age should have impact on relationship. But I will also have an issue with the significant gap. With the significant gap. For instance, you have somebody who is 50 years old, is married to somebody who is 25, half of the person age. At least it's between 15 down from. You see someone is 60 years old, is married to someone who is 25, 35 years different. So that is a significant gap we're looking at. But for me, age doesn't matter. The gap doesn't matter. Or what is the level of gap? What is the range? Does it range from 5 to 10 or 15? 5 to 15? I think 5 to 15 is okay. Anything beyond 15, I think it should not be allowed. But again, many people will not accept that. But I think anything from 15, above 15 shouldn't be allowed. So the issue of significant gap, probably if we're looking at the word significant, then I think significant gap, we should narrow it, qualify it, the significant gap at what level. If it is below, it is between 15 below, then it's good for me. But anything above 15, I think then is too wide. But it is nothing much but number. But let's qualify it. Let's bring it to a certain line so that we all can discuss. On that note, I rest and listen up to you people.
Thank you so much for that. Definitely the age gap that I was looking at over 15. Let's say if the person is 20 years older than their partner. That's significant. And you know, Riverside Pro just came out. I'm gonna let him give his intro and kind of like give you guys a little bit why I came up with this topic today. Welcome to the show, Riverside Pro.
Yeah, how you guys doing? Hello, Fee. Thank you for the show.
Thank
I
you.
had to come out because the people watching the African movie, I don't want to disturb. You know what?
I have a guest
You know,
today.
when they put on the horse here now, people can be free. We got to come out. So and then thanks for the scheduling too. I think the schedule will kind of advantage me because or it advantages me because then especially on but if I do work Saturday, like I didn't work today, so at least I was able to jump. I worked on the other time, so especially on Sunday because we got this one church, so I think you'll be there 1 or 2 times. So one of my friend got a program at 7 o'clock, so I usually chip in. So the new schedule will work for me on a Sunday and on a Saturday as well. But that's a great topic as far as the age gap is concerned. But I just want to let me make some clarification to our watching audience. When we talk about age, we're talking about legal age, so we don't look like a bunch of creeps here. Yeah, we not. Yeah, we're talking about the age of legal relationship, not other age. So let's first establish this. Um, I think with the age thing, we have to carefully navigate that area because I being from Liberia or Africa in general, my my mom was like probably like 25 years younger than my dad. He was the last of the wife. You know, he had 3 women. Well, he died with one and he left with 2. My mom was like the youngest. So it was not a big deal. I mean, it was, I mean, back then, because people wanted their children from a younger age, and fee it still happens in like a lot of culture around Africa, like the Nigerian. Look at Regina Daniel. People want their children to get into, I mean, that's the concept or that's the general belief that when you give your children to older people, they tend to come off better, you know, in terms of finances, in terms of self-reliance, in terms of dependency. So every mother they are proud giving their children to older people. They ain't got no, they don't really have a too much problem with age gap. But then we come to the modern society, as Fee can say, the modern women. We know when we come to the modern society in the United States, it's such a big deal because I noticed a lot of relationship in the United States the ages are not far from each other as compared to Liberia. Like these people, most of the childhood sweetheart, obviously, the American school system fee. You were part of it before. People, like at 6 years old, they in certain class. You are expected to graduate maybe between 18 to 20 years old. You are expected to graduate from high school. So it makes your relationship is also within that age range, because you know obviously that the person you are dating, they are right around your age based on their level in school. But it's not like that. Some of us was old before we enter school in coming in Liberia, so it makes it difficult. But to explore the age thing, I mean, you have to look at different society and different cultural background in order to make a determination as to whether it does matter. Because what may matter in other society may not mean anything in another society. Yeah.
Thank you for that. You guys have a really great point. So when I was looking at this topic, actually this week I was watching one of the late Dr. Miles. I don't know if you guys know his sermon. He was very. I felt like he was very straightforward. And hi, Eman. Emmanuel said hello. He's still around. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. So he talks about if you guys get a chance, like please watch it and listen to his that sermon about the purpose of marriage and things like that. But he talks about significant age gap, how it affects as one of those factors that actually affect relationship. And he talks about how age, the reason the Bible talks about marrying the woman of your youth, or I think that those are the lines. I'm not too sure specifically how that goes, but it says, "Marry the woman of your youth." And basically, in his understanding or how he delivered that, he said that the reason the Bible urges you to marry the woman of your youth is because those once you become older, that's a lot of history to carry around. And he made a really funny joke how if you're 42 and then you get married at 42 to somebody else, you guys, that's a lot of history added together. That's 84 years of history that you have to share. But then you can't be 25 and you're married to a 50-year-old where like he or she been stuck in their ways and they're used to how things are. How are you going to change that individual? Or like, how do you guys relate? So when you guys say age is just a number, I honestly don't think in nowadays age is just a number, in my opinion. I know I'm supposed to be neutral on here, but age is not just a number. Age is very, I feel like everybody wants to see it in a way where it's like love is love, and if you're mature enough. But how do you measure maturity when it comes to making that significant decision of marriage, or whatever the label of your relationship is? How do you come up with that? If somebody is I know women in general will want a man that's older because ideally he's stable and he has paid his due, he's worked, he understands, he knows what he wants. Because there's the saying where it's like, men don't mature faster, so it's better to get them at an older age. But at the same time, I know River says, bro, you made a reference to, Regina Daniel, who is probably one of the youngest ones who's married to someone who has a significant age difference, but she is mature. So how do you draw that line? That's why it's like 20 to me, like 20 years and above, that is significant. It takes a very special individual to be able to marry to someone with that significant age gap to actually be on the level of maturity and understand what it is they are looking for in life, in a relationship at that moment of their life. But I don't know. I just feel like 25 years above, are you going to be around? Because I can give myself as an example. I think my dad was much older than my mom, and they have their children. I know my brother is on here listening, but it's like I was the youngest child left, and I didn't get to see him. Do you guys don't think about that? Like, will you be around longer? Even though, yeah, age might just be a number and the person's mature, but let's think about those hard days when you get old, would that person still be around for you to walk through that old age of life? And those are things that I would be looking at if my daughter was coming with somebody who's like 25 years older. Yeah, he might be able to take care of you financially, but what about when you're in your old age? Does anybody want to
But,
answer to that?
but see, I know my man will come in quick. Let me just say something quick. See, there is no guarantee that you, the younger. Look, have you seen the people that have been dying of late? I saw 22 years old athlete. I'm talking about athlete, the man who go to the gym, who exercises. So as far as longevity you're talking about, there is no guarantee. If you looking in that direction, if you looking in that light, there is no guarantee that you, the younger person, that you will outlive the older person. There's a possibility that person might even live and you be gone. I mean, it is possible because I mean the Bible says it. I mean, it's a point that other man wants to die after that. So we don't know. I know they got a 7 school of age limit and thing, but that was back then. That's a whole different story. But there's no guarantee. So you don't base. I mean, for me, I would not go that route. I would not say, oh, because I mean, maybe I wouldn't be around. He wouldn't be around enough, so we can be walking hand in hand like most Americans. I see, yeah, older American couple will pass on my black hair. The older, yeah. But if I mean, that's a great point, though. Don't get me wrong. That's great. I mean, that's the best thing you want. You want to be able to be. I mean, I want to be with my wife. I mean, till both of us get old together. But then also like I mean is it because we don't know. So when I was when I'm gonna get somebody, say if I was dating, I'm not gonna say, well, you know what, I got to look for a woman within my age range, or she would say, well, I gotta find a guy within my age range so that
We all say using orange. That orange, like orange never the man using.
I don't looking at you. Wait, am I the only one buffering? Maybe I can go in. I don't know. Like when I'm talking, it's kind of like, yeah, maybe I have to go in. So yeah, Fee, I will disconnect. I will go upstairs and then I will send it. But yeah, that's just my point as far as the longevity is concerned. I wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't really do that. I wouldn't really have a calculation like that. Let the person.
The lady telling you to go reconnect and come back.
Yeah, yeah. Let me. I'll come back.
So Jimmy, what do you think about what I said? I know you said age is just a number, but what happened to now? I'm still young. That's it. Let's just say that for the sake of the topic, right? I'm 20 years old, and you're, let's just say, 45, almost 50. Let's just put it in that age range. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm gonna let you talk.
Fee, age in relationship doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. Are you hearing me? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
My man, we're hearing you back. Talk.
Um, everything about relationship is a choice. It's a choice. There are women who doesn't like, who do not like to, who do not like men um of their age. Some women love their men to be older than them. And also, on the other hand, there are some men who love to be older than their women. You know, um, we'll talk about this. We'll talk about the significance of the age. But let me give you this scenario that somebody gave me. You know, the person said, as a man, always marry a woman that you are older than. So I was like, why? And the person was like, women physically age faster than men. So I said, what do you mean? And he said, a woman will look older. You know, what do you call it? He said, a 22-year-old woman will look older than a 25-year-old man after she has given birth. He said, 8 out of 10 women at the age of 22 that gave birth look older than a 25-year-old man. And you know, when he said that, you know, I started to go back and think of some females that we came up together, you know, peers in the same age range. And today, some of them who have had like 2, 3 kids look way older than I am. If I were to be in a space with some of them, you know, you probably think that the person is my mother. So there is just something with the morphology of some females after they have given birth. Some can be very slim, you know, very slim and tight looking, but when they give birth, you know, that extra size can come from nowhere and just add to them. And then if the person is not well taken care of, you know, they become to look, you know, older, even though in age they are very young. You see, but in appearance, they appear way bigger or older than their age. So he was telling me, he said, whenever you want your woman to look very attractive to you, he said, marry a woman that is younger than you, or get somebody that is younger than you, because once that person gives birth, that person, their appearance will catch up with you faster, you know, than if you marry somebody of your age or that is older than you. See, that person will, you know, will definitely, you know, go ahead of you in their appearance. Now, I know many people have talked about, you know, have a thought
Can I say
of,
something to what you just said before you finish that statement? I don't agree, because I don't think just because I think it's one is like genetics, and two is people neglecting themselves, because
yeah. See, I did not say every woman.
right.
I said 8 out of 10. So that means
But that would be, you would fail choosing that, because I don't know. I don't think so. Finish that statement. But I'm just sitting here like, no, don't choose because of that. It's all about genetics.
Fee, do you have some friends who you both or that came up together with you and have given birth? whether you gave birth before them or they gave birth before you? And have you seen them and compare, and see how they look and how you look?
I have, but I think it's all, and that's why I say it all boils down to what's important to people, because all of that, it just, when women give birth to children, I don't think it's just about them just, yeah, your hormones, everything changes, but it's all about what's going on in the environment at that moment. Is the support system that they have, and then it's a whole lot that women take on and neglect themselves and not really try to prioritize two different things. And I think we kind of we touch on this a little bit. um you know Instead of them just, I heard this a lot and I still hear it a lot. Oh, you're a mom now, you shouldn't try to lose weight, you shouldn't try to do that, you shouldn't try to do that. And it's like, what do you mean because I'm a mom? Is there a specific way mom's supposed to look? Like, I like how I look for a reason. And it shouldn't be based on, because you're a mom now, you should gain some weight, you should do this. No. But I agree with you, but I feel like a man shouldn't base him finding a partner because she's gonna age faster than him because she gave birth. Even though there's a lot of things that changes, but I think it's all about that individual, what to prioritize at that moment.
Okay, Fee. Let me say this, right? We're talking about the age gap, and I was just giving you some of the scenario that cause people to calm down, and take somebody. All right, and take somebody. There are also some women who who love other men because of the maturity some of those men brings to the table. You know, the maturity. There are disadvantages and there are advantages in this age gap thing. But in my next how do you call it? In my next round, I will speak a little bit about the advantages and the disadvantages. Okay, but when it comes to the significant age gap, um, it is a matter of choice. It is a matter of choice. Okay, nobody forces anybody into a relationship. Well, somebody will say traditionally people give out their children into marriages even though they do not want. But hey, let us discuss both tradition and outside of tradition. Okay, your parent may give you in, but the choice to stay in that marriage is up to you. Because if you feel you are an adult, you can walk away and go somewhere else and and start your life. You, I mean, I do not believe people forcing somebody to stay somewhere, especially when the person do not want to stay there. Okay, but when an older man or an older woman come across a younger man or a younger woman, it's the matter of choice. Okay, and once you accept to be in a relationship with that person, you know then what you brought to that relationship is affection. Okay, under a normal condition, it's affection. There are people who have money and they have met some struggling women, but those women does not just, they did not accept them because they don't feel anything adequate for them. Okay, so the issue of age gap is not, it's not significant to me, in my opinion. When it comes to relationship, What
So
matters
even
to people
so even
is the sex.
25 and a 50-year-old, you don't think that's concerning? Do you think that that would be something that somebody should ask? Why are you drawing to that person? Is it for financial reasons? Are they? Because I, in my opinion, I believe some older people with significant gash is a is a control thing, where
Okay,
someone want to
so
groom that person into what it is they want, vice versa, working with the partner.
okay, so here is it, right? Okay, when we talk about a significant age gap, you know, um, recently in Liberia, the late I think Robert Salif, the late Robert Salif, when he married his
My
wife,
name Charles Salif.
I mean Charles Salif, right? When he married his wife, it became a whole big issue. Oh, she was only behind him for the money. Oh, she was this. Oh, she was that. Oh, she was. And here is the thing: some of the people that were bad muffing Robert Salif and Charles Salif and his wife. Some of those people, they are behind people that are even older than their grandfathers. You see, so once once it is not in people' interest, they will talk about it, and and that in sociology is called social stigma. Okay, it's called social stigma. So this gap have received a lot of social stigma, but again, like I said, it's a matter of choice. If you decide to go into it affectionately and wholeheartedly, don't listen to what other people will say. So I know my brother, Riverside Pro, and and they don't, they want to say something.
Yeah, Jeha will
Thank
give
you
you
for
20
that.
minutes to talk. When we're talking, we'll give you a chance to don't interrupt. Thank you.
I can't go walk up boy and come back. I can't go walk up boy and come
Thank
before I
you,
know you.
Trouble.
No, you don't have to go walk about. I mean, I will not be long. Like you said, but I want to just say something quickly before go proceeding. You when I was in high school, I had a literature, English and literature teacher, and he will always tell us, men will always marry down, women will marry up. So he would joke us in the class and say that, well, just like your girlfriend in the class, your girlfriend in the class, you can see some of you will not even make it together in high school, after high school, because some of you men will go look for somebody way down there, and some of you lady will go look for somebody way up there. Yeah, you used to say it like that. But on a really serious note, right? Uh, Pro said it in a way that we all should consider something like that. With you know, talking from the different culture, from a different cultural and societal background. Like take for example in the Western world, let's say like America or Canada or the Great Britain, the rest of the world, like Europe and other stuff. You people go to school when they're in high school, and in fact, at a certain age, you will be in certain class. At a certain age, you will be in certain class. So most of them will start to date their classmates or schoolmates. But at the end of the day, the gap between them cannot be high. Maybe the average from there could be maybe 5 years or so, or maybe 3 years or so, or two, or if possible, they are equal. You know, but when it comes to Africa, yeah, Liberia, I'm talking about my own country, Liberia. And Pro said his mother was like 25 years younger than his father. His father was like, his mother was the youngest in the relationship. Back then in Africa, especially in Liberia, what people did was that the child, even nowadays, is still happening in some part of Liberia, where they would take the young child at the age of 10 and give it to someone who is in the 30s, say, this is your wife. So nurture her. So the moment she gets to that's 20 years already there. When she reaches the age of 13, or when she reaches the last maturity stage, where she's seeing her puppet and other stuff coming up, they say that like your wife. You don't care about the age gap in that no longer. Traditionally, they do that. They're still doing it nowadays. Some of the even lawmakers in Liberia, which we have been condemning, they use these small children to go in the butchers, where because they want political power, they go in the butcher and tell, some of the young men, and they say, oh, my, your wife. They sponsor those things then. So in the traditional settings, those things happen in the traditional setting where the age gap will be very, very high. But when you come into the civil war, I don't think it should be significantly high like that. At least 15, maybe some of the 20, somewhere like that. But anything beyond that, man, I think it is not good from my own, understanding. It is not good. But it ranges or it varies from culture to culture, from environment to environment, from continent to continent, whatever. Like the guy would be in some part of East Africa who will marry a 10-year-old child. And basically, we're not going to have any sexual relationship until that child reaches the age of maturity. Maybe they say at 13, 14, uh, once the child reaches their father, they say, now you are ready now already. They don't care. And, so maybe they reach the age of consent already and they say, okay. But on a general note, age is nothing but number, which I also consider. But we're looking at a significant gap in the age range. And I think it does matter if you look at a significant gap. And like I said, I qualify it 15, maybe 20, maybe 20 or so, depending. That can apply to Africa. But you may not see any girl or woman in the United States or Europe part of the world that will marry to a person or will be in a relationship with a person who is at most who is 10 years older than her. They will say no,
Happening
they
though.
cannot do
It's
it.
happening. It's happening here.
Yeah,
No, 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 no. I'm
Shaka,
not saying it is not happening. I'm not saying it's not
Andrew,
happening. I'm
Shaki,
not.
Andrew.
Hello, Jimmy, please not interrupt. I'm not saying it's not happening.
No, I just want to I just want to pinch in something real quick because Emmanuel Macron of France, the president of France.
How many percent of that happen in Macron? He married
Wait
class
now,
is a
wait, my
teacher.
brother,
No,
wait.
no, 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 no. Let me lay my thoughts, then you come on it.
Okay, I'll
I'm
come
not
back.
disputing that. I know it happening, but just look at the average. Just look at the average on which it's happening. Let's look at the percentage of those people. That's what I'm talking about. But we look at the percentage of how it happens. I'm not saying it's not happening there. But if you check, among maybe 10 couples in the US or Canada or Republic or 10 couples, for every 10, you may only see one or two with that significant age gap. That's what I'm trying to say. But in Africa, it's something that is beyond. In Africa, especially even in Liberia, it's beyond.
I agree.
They would take the young children, very young children from that, send the boat and give them to one elder who is old enough to be a grandfather. And they say, this is your wife. He will go there as a suitor and go there in a bush and tell the zoo and say, look, that's my own wife there. Even that child is very young at the age of 10, and that guy is almost in 50. And you say, okay, after 5 years, she will be mature, and he'll be 55. Look at the gap, the age gap there, for the 40 years different. This is what I'm saying. So I will rest my case from there.
let me. I got a few questions, and thank you, Andrew. So the thing is, for me, my studies of sociology, I love to look at nature and natural. I love to look at the environmental impact as far as I always, on this show, I always throw in environmental as well as genetic factor as to whether there are girl, and I want Fee to, because she's the lady on here, she's the sole female on here. I mean, I want to know if there are women who are programmed that are just attracted to older people, because I have seen some of them when I was back. Imagine when I was back in SDA, young, I was, like I said on the show the last time. we were, we were not the A student, but at least we were helping those girls to do their homework. But for some reason, they was going for, like, you in 7th grade, but the girl is looking for somebody in 12th grade. And back then, if you were in 6th grade, I mean, our system was not too far from that of the American, the age it wasn't. Later on, after the war, older people started getting in class and things. But back then, when we were growing up, you have, so if you in 7th grade, you doing a girl assignment, but the next thing the girl got a boyfriend that in 12th grade that about to graduate, and there's a big age gap. So she already, so I don't know what drove them to it, and I don't, I wouldn't say it was, you know, poverty, but then let also look at the environmental effect. I think those scenario that Andrew talked
I don't even
about,
know how I lost right now.
those those issue Andrew talked about. I mean, I want to ask you, Gafi, what role does poverty play? Because I want to look at environmental. What role does poverty play in this arrangement, in this marriage arrangement between maybe the dad, the parents taking their younger daughter and giving it to the older man? I mean, what role does poverty play in it? Because in Africa, it is prevalent in Africa more than in the Western world. Because in the Western world, see, there are opportunities. There are. I mean, you don't, maybe unless you one of those, but you got jobs. You got. I mean, you can go to work. You can earn your own money. Unless you're one of those girls that want to drive Bentley by fools, and you don't want to go work in a warehouse, or you don't want to be a CNA, and you try to go deep, and so what role does poverty play in the end? That's the first question. And the second one is, do you guys think there are women who are genetically wild that just say, you know what, besides, let not put everything on the parent. Are there women that are genetically wild that just attracted to older men?
Is that question is for me, right?
Yeah, yeah, for you too.
Great one. So I honestly don't think. I think women in general, we were built to be. I'm gonna use the modern term. We were built to live a soft life.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the buzzword. We were built to live a soft life.
Mhm.
And I think most people that actually get their kids to, in these arranged marriages back home, they're looking at the overall stability of their children, in my opinion, right? And I think, of course, every parent wants their kids to do great and they want them to live a better life than they live or that they were able to afford to give to their children. So, of course, they're always seeking something higher for their child, especially if their child is blessed enough to be, quote unquote beautiful, and that is any man's dream. They want to make sure they're enhancing that part of that so they can get a better suitor to take care of them. And in my opinion, if that child get taken care of, the parents automatically feels that their life get better as well. So I think those were some of the factor that plays into that. To kind of like just build again another buzzword, financial of financial wealth for like their family, and they feel like when they get that person, that's what's going to help. But I also feel like those family that was in there in that age gap took advantage of the situation, knowing that they really shouldn't do it, but because they can, so they do it as well. And then you ask if there are women who are just wired to
Yeah,
date older.
there's programs that I mean, have you had experience of that? I know you grew up in the system. It will be hard because people are tight lipped on their private
Yeah.
activities. Or have you? I mean, do you think there are women that are genetically programmed that just attracted to older men?
I think all women, it's not even about attraction. I think all women genetically
Mhm.
um, are meant to be with men that are older than them, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But it just depends on the age gap. That's where it comes in place. I think ideally women believe that the men should always be older because of that authority that I feel like genetically men are built to have, you know? So most women want that. But then now, as we're seeing, it's becoming even more significant because I think most women are starting to see where it's like, it's not just about an age, but at what age are you able to take care of me?
Good.
In modern society,
Good.
because we're seeing now women in general are making more money significantly than men.
Yep.
And they're like looking at, oh, can you match what I'm making? It's not about the age now. It's all about, can you match it? Because you can be older and still not make that income to take care of me that I'm looking at. It's not about because you're older, you know better. It's because you're older, you have the financial stability, and you can care for me. And if I'm pregnant, I don't want to go to work. Are you able to take care of me? In my opinion, that's where most women mindset is. And we're seeing most of them are drawing closer to the men that are older because they know most modern men in nowadays probably won't make the most income until they're pushing towards 40 or 50, you know. So it's like, why should I go settle with someone that's like 35 around my age, and then we both are going to be struggling? So no, I want someone older who will take care of me. So everybody's buying into that concept now,
Okay.
from what I've
Uh,
seen.
But quick, because let me just give one example before my man come in. So I mean, we all remember the Mo Ali and what her name girl thing. So this is what happened, right? And I was, this young lady, my little niece. So, she and myself were, were talking. She's in Liberia. She's very young. She was so young that I think she was born. I think I was in exile or something. Yeah, I couldn't even remember. Yeah, but that's one of my sister's daughter. So we were talking about the Mo Ali thing, I mean, we the faithful drama people too. I was trying to make an issue out of it. And what shocked me was this girl said she said, oh, she said, don't mind her. I don't know. Sit down there, instead of her shutting her mouth. And I'm like, oh wow. So imagine the society, you would think that this girl would defend her friend to say, hey, look at the other old, that old man. But she said that, but this man, I mean, for the share mother man take care, so I was like, oh wow. So they don't, I mean, it's not being a big deal in Liberia nowadays. The fact that now this girl felt that the girl hit the jackpot by having got a Mo Ali, which is influential, who works, at the time he didn't work in government, but he has worked in government before. He's a name brand. So the fact that she even have Mo Ali to be associated with, she shouldn't even open her mouth to say she's going to run her mouth somewhere to come talking about this. So she was being portrayed instead of, you would think that her friends, her peer group would defend her, but they were more of like, girl, I wish we had that opportunity you are, getting more Ali that is 20 something years older. And that's the thing. So my man can you talk about social stigma. So I don't know, is social stigma, I don't think social stigma working anymore, because if you would think that people would laugh at a girl like, what you doing with that puppy? But now a lot of society has accepted it so much. They say, oh, look how she got a girl power, and they had no classes. So I mean, I don't know.
Call them
okay.
sugar daddy.
Yeah,
Let me let me say. I'm just looking at the statistics here, and and this is a research that was done right in America here, right?
Mhm.
And this is what it says. This is what it says. You know, when we come here, we come here. 6 in 10,
Mhm.
6 in 10, which is 60%.
Yep.
American believe that it is acceptable for a woman to date someone 10 plus years younger than her,
Hmm.
while 71% believe it is acceptable for a man to date someone 10 plus years younger than him.
Hmm.
Now, American over the age of 35 are more likely than those under 35 to believe it is socially acceptable for a man to date someone 10 plus years younger than him. 75% versus 60%. Men are more likely than women, 65% to 56%, to say it is acceptable for a woman to date someone 10 or more years younger than her. Now, here is the thing, because most of the time when we are talking these things, we talk so much down on Africa. I call it because we believe that the Western world, they have opportunities and all of that, so those things don't happen. They do happen. I call it, in fact, it is even on a larger scale now in the Western than than those developing countries. Come on, man. This is America. We live here. We live here. We know younger girls here who are dating 65 to 70-year-old men.
But it's not open. It's not as open as in Africa, brother. It's hard because people can laugh at people. People laugh at man. Bullying.
My brother, you are only saying it because here is larger, and and maybe the little community or town you live in is all cluster. Everybody know each other, so you think it's too much there more than on the other side. But let us balance it. Let us balance it. It's all over. It's all over. Okay? Like I was talking about, I call it the president of France. His wife, his wife Brigitte Macron is almost 25 years older than him.
France, Africa.
You see? So this and this is a woman that used to be, his teacher, his professor. Yes. This guy was the friend of his teacher children. I call it Bridget have children that are of the same age as Emmanuel Macron. You see? So age in relationship, to me, it doesn't matter. What matter is the affection that both of you share for each other. Look, everything have advantages and disadvantages. Even if you marry, even if you're 17 and you loving to somebody of the same 17, there are advantages and there are disadvantages. You see, and if a 20-year-old is in a relationship, with another 20-year-old, people will say, "Oh, I call it you and that person. You're of the same age. You will not go nowhere. You're just fooling each other." You're supposed to find someone who is, I call it above you and able to advise you, I call it, and show you the way. You see, so whatever it is, what matters is when you're getting into a relationship with someone, you have a vision as a young person. Okay, is this person able to help me accomplish my goal in life? Am I able to help this person to accomplish his goal in life? When you go into a relationship with those two questions, you know that you have two questions to answer. Number one, is whether the person is able to help you to accomplish yours, and whether you are able to help the person accomplish theirs. You see, that should be the goal in relationship. Okay? Now, someone was talking about if you know, if you marry an older man, you know, after 1 or 2 years, the person die.
You say that. That was me. I said, if you can consider Jimmy. What else do you need that?
Jimmy, you by the way you said things like too funny.
I'm telling you, Jimmy, I'll be here. So
But yeah, there's
I
a thing.
said, ideally, the man, you know, women outlive men. Ideally, the man is going to kick the bucket before the woman. I'm sorry, just
Who
saying that.
told you that? Who told you that?
You're
Both
not
of
making
them
that. You're
do
not
not
making
have,
that.
you know, the both of them do not have, you know, control over the lifespan. Okay, they do not have control over the lifespan. I know a couple that were married. The girl was younger than the man. The girl was way like 10 years younger than the man, but she died before the man. So do we say, you know, that to, you know, no, nobody have control over lifespan.
Shout
Okay?
out to my sis. She's watching on YouTube.
But Jimmy, oh, let me ask you this. Let me throw the quick question in quick. I beg you, brother. So, why you think? I know you read that statistic. Despite of that statistic, and I know my man Andrew in Canada. What I don't know why he experienced that too, but why is it that? Why, and from my own observation, why is it that an older woman got a younger guy? Everybody like, ooh, yo, that could be him.
Mhm.
Like people would say it could be a
Exactly, Leroy. You know, I definitely agree with you, Leroy.
yeah,
No.
society mostly kick against an older woman. And when I say I'm talking about the significant age gap, we're talking about when you see like a 50-year-old beard, everybody like, ooh, you know, people like it's kind of creepy, it's kind of thing. But when you on the other hand, when that's let's flip it around and the guy is younger, I mean the guy is older, and people just think, well, I don't think society front upon it. I don't want to use the word front, but society doesn't really kick back against an older man to a younger woman, as they do with an older woman. They are, with a younger. Why is this?
And you know,
I'm reading
just
the
to
comment section. It's going wild. Yeah.
just to make a disclaimer, just to make a just to make a disclaimer, the age range we are talking about, the age that we are talking about here is legal age.
And
Legal age.
which is
Okay,
18 and above, please.
Yeah, we're
18
talking about legal age
and
for people so young. Yeah, we're not talking about.
Okay.
don't go
So
jump behind.
I want
Don't
us
go
to
jump
focus
behind.
on this a little bit. Go
Don't go
ahead.
jump. Don't go jump behind people. 14-year-old child. You say, oh, that let's talk with fee. You know, I call it Miss Fee show. You know, I call it. I heard it from. So, yeah, let's just make sure we clear that one. But you know,
No, and that's the part I will come back in. That's the part I will come back in.
Right.
And then it will try to narrow it down to Africa. And you people will say, well, no, it should do this. Now, we see these are things that are still happening in Africa. These are things that are still happening in Africa. It's happening in a vast part of Africa, especially our country, Liberia. It even happening in, East Africa. There are young
what is
children.
happening now? What is happening?
People are getting married to young children. They carry them in our society, push and take them from there and say, well, that's my wife. And nobody does anything about that. So for a
But
kind of
brother,
issue of legal team, like, oh, they just take it out, they just take that one from Africa because the people who believe in traditions.
my brother,
But when
let me
where you want to put it, I know that we're not.
let me let me tell you this. Let me tell you this.
But we
Do
start.
you know? Do you know why America press so much on child abuse, especially when it comes to female between the ages of 0 to 18? Because those things happen here. Those things
Yeah.
happen. Yes. They happen here.
Under
My
closed
brother,
doors. Behind
yes.
closed
For
doors.
me, let me just go to what Dr. Leroy says something. For me, I'm not looking at
Yeah.
woman ordering the man, man ordering the woman. We're
No,
looking at
we
the
gotta look
reality
at
person.
that. We gotta look at that
No,
because
You gotta
no.
look at both for them. You know,
You,
because the
you,
age gap we're
now
talking about is
you will,
between both men and
I
women.
come in. You will always notice that the man will always be, they will stereotype the man as compared to the woman. What's
can
gonna
you
happen if,
clarify? Can you
yes,
clarify?
Yeah,
if a
most of
man
the
married to
time,
a young woman, if a man, in fact, they will bully him.
We bully the man.
If a young man married to an older woman, they will all most of the time they want to bully him, as compared to an older man married to a young lady. Huh? These
Yeah.
are things that happen in society.
I agree with you. I agree with you. They always bully us.
Yeah,
They
they will
always.
bully us.
Look at. No, no. So
They will
you
say, "Oh, look
guys,
at you," and the people who will do it will be the women that will be bullying the men.
Yeah, yeah.
so
But
Somebody will come to me and say,
you don't see men looking down upon a woman. Oh, why you go marry that old man for? You go no, you not see the men saying that one. But the women will always try to bully
yeah,
with if a young man went and
eh,
married to an older woman.
eh, what you doing behind that small girl? What you doing behind that small girl? Eh? You leave all the baby women that small girl you go behind.
I
Not
think
me.
that.
Yeah. Not knowing that she talking all that thing because you want to eat a small girl wing.
Oh Lord, Jimmy. So I want us to go to the comment section a little bit as we try to wrap up. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you know
But
when Lyra said yes, it does matter,
see,
especially if the woman is older. It does matter because
see,
ideally men. Go ahead.
see, I beg you, before we look at the comment section, let's look at the advantages and disadvantages of age gap a little bit. You know, I
Well,
call
we
it
might
because
need to answer that going into that, right? So let's look at it. Oh, he's gone. I want us to look at the comment section because if we're sharing like the advantages and disadvantages,
yeah, let's make it
we
more.
might end up covering something in there. The reason I think age does matter when it comes to the woman being older than the man is because ideally men are looked at as the leader of the home. And hello?
mm,
Jimmy,
you-
you were saying, I think we should look at the comments so that way we just cover everything in the
okay,
disadvantages and advantages. So,
yeah.
yeah.
That,
So,
that Andrew
quickly,
man kick me out.
right? The reason I think age matter when it comes to men and women, like the woman being older than the man, the reason women, talk bad about, and I don't think I'm not supporting that. I don't think women should talk, men or women should talk bad of anybody, whatever they choose for their relationship. But based on the sake of this argument, the reason, in my opinion, that most women will look at the man and be like, "What are you doing with that older woman?" Is like, I think the women are looking at it like you're not living up to your full potential. You are supposed to be the head of the household. And now the woman is older, and most women that are older assumes the responsibility to be the authoritative person in the relationship. I have a lot of friends that are male, and they tell me this: if a woman is older, she wants to be controlling. Nah, I don't want to date any woman that's older than me. I want to date somebody that's younger because then even if I'm not being authoritative, I can still talk to her and she know that I'm the head. So I think that's why that happens. I don't know.
I don't generally think women, older women wants to, yeah, that's part of it too, that's a good portion, good chunk of it, but I would look at it sexual urges. I think a lot of those
Right, there you go.
older women, I don't think it's,
I missed that one.
yeah, some of them just want to,
Me, I don't go into that. Though.
yeah, they just want to,
Well, going to it is late night.
yeah, they want to have that pleasure that the older man, maybe the man got to wait for. Sorry for our audience, I know no child watching today. We are all adult, got to
Mhm.
Viagra. where the younger guy is more potent, he's more potent, he's ready. I mean, woman, you gotta sit there and wait for the Viagra to kick in, all that stuff. So I think more women now, I think, is beside the control aspect of it. I think, look, women have reached a point like, I mean, imagine if a woman working her life, maybe she was a CEO or something, she got money, I mean, people like Oprah, great people. She said, I'm for lunch, why am I getting a man of my age that, he moody, myself, I'm moody? Why can't I get a young guy, throw my car key and he can drive and go anywhere? Or at night, when I want that desire, that's the good thing about Western culture, Western society. People do, a lot of these women do it out of convenience. It's not just necessity. It's not like they have to. Some of them just like they need to. Like some of them will say, well, I want a younger guy, period. This guy, hey, can you do this, do that? And some of them, that's just their life. So it's not like they want to. Some of them not even doing it to keep a home. Some of them just want that desire, they want that younger guy, that affiliation. There's so many reasons why a lot of these older women with this significant age gap, they go after those young guys. And one lady was telling me, this woman I work with, she said, "Oh, I'm looking for me. I'm looking." And an older woman, guys. Sorry, I don't usually like to talk about women age, but there's woman talking about, I'm looking for an athlete. I'm looking for a football player. And I turn around and look at her like, and I'm like, you should be looking for life insurance. And talk about seriously. We try to see what the cheaper offer life insurance they got for you. Talk about you looking for a young football player that potent. So I don't think this is about responsibility or assuming the leadership role. Some of them is just for purely sexual desire. I mean, affiliation. That's what I think.
I agree. I agree.
Mm.
So you guys, this show we always got to go back to our roots. So Charles says, biblically, is there any example of a woman being older than a man? Adam and Eve, who was the older one? Abraham and Sarah, the
Okay.
older one.
So just to answer that,
Good point.
yeah, there is no biblical example of a woman ever being older than the man in the marriage.
Hmm.
Okay, Abraham was older than Sarah,
Yep.
and Adam definitely was older than Eve because he was made,
Before.
you
Yep.
know, before Eve.
Sure.
Okay, and Moses was older than his wife.
I don't even know most of them.
Joseph was older than Mary. And David was older than all his wife. None of them were older than him. So unless we do further research, digging deeper, maybe we will find some. But to my knowledge, there is not such in the Bible.
I mean, we can literally say Adam was older than his wife because he was created first, right? I think that's what you just said.
Yes.
And based on the ages that the Bible gives of Sarah and Abraham, we can clearly say Abraham was older.
He was older.
Yeah.
And this thing about age, I always say that age is not important because this is it.
It's important.
We live in a generation now, especially women. The mind of women mature faster than the mind of most men. An 18-year-old girl can be more mature than a 45-year-old woman. Can behave more mature than a 45-year-old woman.
So just a quick question to play a devil's advocate. Are you saying so well, let me change that. Shouldn't we are you going to measure the level of maturity, because people can be mature in certain areas of things and people can be mature in certain areas of certain things? You don't think that is why there's such a huge numbers of divorce and marriages not working? Because when you look at the average of young people that are getting married, they're
Mhm.
very quickly they're getting divorced faster, like it's happening. So
The
if
reason they
you're
are getting
saying,
the,
uh-huh,
the reason they are getting divorced is not because someone lack maturity in this and does not lack maturity in that. The reason is because they did not examine each other well before getting married. They did not know each other very well before getting married. I always tell somebody, I always told people that, can't spend time with me is different from let's live together. You see, being boyfriend and girlfriend is different from being married. Marriage come, I call it marriage come with its own law, its own responsibility. So, as a woman or as a man, if you are not prepared, to accept those, things, and you get married, by the time they come, you will find a way out. You will find a way out. Like I read a story on I call it on social media, right? I think it was on Facebook or Twitter or somewhere. Went to his father and told his father that he wants to get married, and his father was like, say sorry. He said, for what? He does say sorry. He said, but what am I saying sorry for? He said, I said, say sorry. And then when he finally said, okay, sorry, Dad, then his father turned to him and said, now you are ready to get married. He said, because when you are married, you say sorry for things that you do not do. You take responsibility of things that you did not participate in. You see? So
but I think that's wrong too, which that's a topic I think we should have, because yeah, I think that's wrong. That's a wrong concept to teach your child that. I don't
no, it is
know.
not. It is
It
not.
is. It
It is
is.
not. What he was teaching his son was that when you want when you have decided to settle down with someone, you should accept that person just as you know them. Because look, most of the time we men are the one that suffer. We say sorry for things that we are not even wrong in.
That's why you miss a topic that we had here about strategic communicating in your relationship. Go watch
That
that video.
that has nothing to do with strategic communication. You know how many times that boy I tell you sorry for things that you did wrong.
No, no, no.
Don't consider
But
yet.
Jimmy, don't attack that show. Yeah, we're about to end this show.
Okay.
So,
So what next?
Leroy, I just wanted to throw this in there. This was too funny. He said Adam was 35 years, so still
It's like your
fucking
finger.
finger.
That if
Leroy
any
the
Alpha and
Bible.
opening his eyes. I look at my brother. That's the same thing I'm talking about. The mind of the female being way mature, but being mature faster than that of.
I think let me Charles. So Charles Aku said, let me
Uh-huh.
yeah, he said I can't even go back. I
This
think
is it.
yeah.
You gotta bring I call it that girl comment back,
So
I will.
yeah, so see what he said. He said, "What does the Bible?"
What does the Bible says? Man should be the leader in the relationship or marriage, or the woman should be. I think he's just asking a rhetorical
But I
question.
think yeah,
Um,
we talking about it's yeah. We were talking about the significant age, that big old age gap. Yeah, we understand. But then my question to you is, I
so-
know you talk about leaders and things too, but does age necessarily is age equivalent to, I mean, being old? I don't want to be political, but Joseph Wakalo, yeah, sorry for that, but look, does I mean, age, does age necessarily means a good leader? Because if you look in the Bible, Charles, if you look at David, when Nathan was sent to Jesse's house, Jesse had a lot of big buff dude, older, presidential leadership looking guy. But the shepherd boy, who was the youngest, all the way in the back that nobody expected, he was the anointed one. But after Jesse kept bringing those older guys, his older son, this, and then Nathan will be the one. This must be your. Oh, look at this guy. He got six pack. I mean, he tall. I mean, he could make a good leader. But God said, you will look at the physical appearance, or I look at the inner. So, I mean, the inner structure. I mean, the heart. So, I don't think. Yeah, we agree. Men should be older and men should be leader, but I don't want to take the whole older thing to mean leadership. Like old people too. They got old irresponsible people that can't even take care of their own children. They got old irresponsible people I've seen in the United States. They don't want to work. They want to be back.
yeah,
So age is not the older you get doesn't really mean you are a good leader. So let's try to distinguish those two. That just because you are older, I mean, an old person will always make a good leader. I don't think so. But yeah, you're right. I mean, men should be the leader, but we are looking at a significant age gap, like the 20-25 years. I mean, is it something that is, I mean, that we should give approval to in society? I mean, if you, I mean, will you date somebody that is 25 years or 30 years younger? I mean, will you do that? Yeah, that's the bottom line.
right. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
So let's look at this one. It says, I have noticed that when a lady is in a relationship with an older guy, her maturity level is higher than when she is dating a young guy or
Good.
someone her age. I have personally experienced, in my opinion. Absolutely, I agree.
Thank
I
you for that
mean,
point, lady.
yes, because I think it's easier, and this goes back to what Lyra said, right? When the woman is older, I think men are, because you men tend to mature based on what society say and what men display, because you guys take longer to mature. A woman has to kind of like, based on this, in my opinion, I think a woman has to kind of like get down to that maturity level in order for you guys to be level headed, because then it starts to shows as if the woman is trying to be controlling in that relationship. When you see two people of the same age, that the guy is not mature and the woman is mature, the men tend to think that the woman is trying to, play the leadership role in the relationship, compared to if the man is older, then the woman, you know, she mature faster towards that relationship, because of that standard that's been set in there. I don't know what you guys thought are on that one.
So the good thing about this comment
Mhm.
is the second to the last sentence. I
Right.
have personal experience.
Hey, Jimmy, you are.
you know, I'm I agree with you. Your
Hey,
experience, you're a veteran.
well,
Yeah,
let's go to the
you
transition. She said,
you have been.
however, I don't think it is beneficial for a guy to date an older women, 80% of men dating older women is a pleasure desire. And that's why River says pro set is true. They're just trying to change the engine oil.
Yep, yep, that's it.
Now you see why I said Ama, is a veteran. You see,
That
uh,
Leroy there again being frisky.
It's it's
a
not.
woman.
I think that's just an
Listen,
experience.
most women will navigate towards the men's behavior.
Right.
Most women will
Because
navigate
because
towards.
naturally that's how God wanted to be. That's why he said, marry the woman of your youth.
Yes.
So
So
it does matter when it comes to the Bible. It does matter. That's why he wouldn't
you
tell
see,
you that.
you see that passage that you are talking about, marry the woman of your youth.
Yes,
That passage is what it is saying is that when you are a 40-year old, when you are at 40,
mhm.
marry a woman that is at the age when you were young.
Yes. But you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to go marry her before you hit 40. But now you're falling. You're taking someone else that's supposed to be taking that 25-year-old. Let's read this one. Lyra said, "Oh, I know. I'm not going to be 40 while my wife is 60." You're not messed
My
up
brother
with this
Leroy,
aspect. I
you
want to
know,
tell
Exactly.
her to do the wheelbarrow.
We about to start. But wait, why we about to
Me,
start?
her knee helping me.
I read that market, you carry me up, my brother.
Lyra is bad. You're not a baba. Oh, we're
Say, oh,
feeling younger.
So I think with the statement that the lady made, Ama, yeah, that's look, there isn't a lot of benefits when it comes to to men, to younger guys, because most of the younger guys you see beyond women, from my own experience, I think a lot, guy. It's just those guys. It's just um I don't call it a friends with benefits. It's more of a pleasurable desire than it is, you know, to say. I mean, look, don't get it wrong. There are some guys who maybe they stay with older women and they go to college, but I just don't see any advantage because it's like you over there for a reason. That older woman, she ain't just keeping you there. She's probably like a little, set, like something over there, but with the guy, with the older guy, he has a responsibility because of that leadership role that is very man. When you with a younger woman, you know that people will be asking her, her friends, so what you ready? Oh, the man, he sent me to school, he helped me to do this. And at the time, I mean, look, I
you
always
know,
back to Regina Daniel. I know her case I mean, it's an isolate. I mean, it's not many out there. But when you look at it, my wife, she was one of the person. Oh, the girl left her. She left her boyfriend, and two of them came up together. And I said, look, look at the Regina Daniel of today. Look at the one. She had a career. She was a movie. She was an upcoming star. But we
and she still pursue her career.
but we saw so many of them fade away. Back then we used to see a lot of them. Some of them, Mamelo, they think like the soccer game. Some of us never thought Salinsa never going to lead a game, but time can, there are time for everything. But then she met this man, and this man had upgraded this. Sometimes I see they get photo on Facebook. I don't even know that she has matured in every category. I'm telling you, like her physical appearance, her, a lot has
You
improved.
know,
Oh, so that would be the trick.
Realize that pro that money, they get when and dare her body to keep up. So the Papa can keep looking.
Oh yeah, but I
let
mean,
me.
feel.
Uh, 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 I'm gonna be leaving soon, but let me say this: it is easy. It is easy for. It is easy for a woman. I mean, for a a 50 to 55-year-old man to get married, but it is very difficult for a 45-year-old woman to get married.
Yeah,
The reason is simple. When a woman is at the age of 35 and does not have a serious relationship to get married until she gets at 40, the first thing when any man see her, the first question that will come to their mind is, what has she been doing? But you see,
That's not fair. That's not fair.
it's not fair, but it's the truth. I'm telling you.
That assertion, let me come in. I think I must say I'm about to go too, but let me come. That
We're
assertion is
about
not
to
fair.
close, guys. We're about to close.
Like I usually say, and I will always say that when you go heaven, God will not beat you and question you or chastise you why you didn't get married before you went to heaven. So marriage is not about compulsion. If you didn't get married and you pass off, God the angel will say, why you didn't get married before you came here? The thing here is it's a societal issue. Though it is ordained by God, God says we should do that. But it is not obligatory that we must do it. And we'll be tested by it. So those who will say, oh, what the woman was doing, all the kind of, I understand the thing, they just try to bully them, which is not good. If the person at the age of 50 and they didn't get married, well, she was not a lucky person. And probably she just got some guy just playing with her. And you go to the Lord, man, because I don't say them. But do you also know that the men are play boss? They got in their 50s, in their 60s. They still playing around, they even got married yet. So these are people that are trying to mess the entire society also in both ways. Some of the men can be the cause of women can't get married because they are afraid to jump into a relationship that tomorrow they will fall on his side. So for me, I will not support that other idea. If the woman at 35, 40 doesn't get married, then it should not be her fault though.
My brother, I'm not saying it's her fault. What
I agree. I just try to interject to bring to what you're saying.
The possibility.
It's slim. It's slim, that I know.
You see? But a man at 55 can get serious love and get married to a woman that is way older than him. And get married to I call it that is way younger than him. And get married to
How many poor 55-year-old men? How many poor 55-year-old men find love out there? When you how many poor jobless 55-year-old men will find when you're 55? So it's not just about the age. You got to be a person of occupation. I don't care. You can be some worse. I mean, you lazy people, no occupation, no nothing. I don't think you automatically just you go out get luck. I don't think so. Yeah.
Riverside Pro.
Yeah, brother.
Take a 55, well-established man, and take a 55 well-established woman. See who will get married first.
My brother is more of society. I think that's society perceives.
My people, you're not drag this show, man. I beg you.
Okay. So let's conclude now.
So I want us to really look at this topic that there's this comment that I highlighted. This is really, really, I think, at the end of the day, he said men should be older than his wife, always. What God had said should be what we, his creatures, should do and follow always in our lives. Men should be the leader in the relationship or marriage because God had made him to be the leader of his household. So
There's no scriptural reference that say men should be older than a woman. I never saw that in the Bible. Well, as much as we don't have a lot of instances of older women dating, yeah, I mean, who knows? Jezebel could have been older than King Ahab. I mean, there are other people too, but the point is, yeah, the point is we don't know that much biblical character of women that are older, but the Bible, I have not seen any. A child Aku can provide a scripture or backing that men should always be older than their wife. Well, then I mean, just because Adam was made before Eve does not see every situation men should be. I mean, I'm just saying. I've seen no evidence, and I read the Bible too. I've seen no evidence of men being older that is mandatory, that men or is scriptural, biblical, whatsoever, that men should be older than I mean, they have great women in the Bible like Ruth, like Naomi, like Esther, like Monica. I mean, they got good women in the Bible. So I mean, they got women leaders in the Bible too. So I mean, yeah, I agree about the role of leadership as far as men is concerned, but as far as the age that men should be older, I mean, I don't, unless I see a scriptural reference, or I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, there's no scripture reference, but I think he probably is referring to when the Bible says, marry the woman of your youth. So I don't know. I agree too. I don't think there's an age reference, but ideally, in my opinion, I think the men should always be older, period. It'll be easier for the woman to respect you. Sorry.
okay, yeah, I mean, I mean, that's great. That's good. I
And
just,
then yes, we did talk about your topic. We just your comment. We discussed it. We
yeah,
do
we did,
agree with you.
that was a great, yeah, you made a lot of great points too. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then what Lyra said, marrying older woman with Lapu
They talking about my man.
with Lapu rescue type of thing. Is bad.
So let me conclude because I'm leaving now. So,
Yeah, no, I wanted to talk about that. Each of us gave an benefit of marrying a significant age gap, and then what is the disadvantage of that? Each of us can just give one really quick, and then we give our closing statement.
Okay.
So
Yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
adequately, the scripture that talks about marrying or whatever the woman of your youth is Proverbs chapter 5 verse 18. Proverbs 5:18.
Proverbs
Okay.
is like Song of Solomon. Don't get me wrong. They are Proverbs.
You know, Jimmy, scripture interprets scripture.
That's why they call
Scripture interprets scripture.
It's more like parables. It's not.
Yeah, scripture interprets scripture. There can be a certain scripture can be but the text preceding that scripture, if you go back, so that means you don't normally just read a scripture, that particular scripture, maybe John 3:16, and then you conclude. You must always go back and start where that what brought you to John 3:16 and what beyond John 3:16.
Uncle Pastor, are you preaching tomorrow?
Look at him more. No, preaching. It's just something I'm saying. Because you're not bringing it related to the marriage of the youth, isn't it? Yeah. So I let you know he hit you.
Yeah,
my brother.
Okay, brother.
Yeah, my man. Andrew, get your advantage and disadvantage. Then we can go around and then we can.
No, for me, I would start from the disadvantage part of the man marrying an older woman. Yeah, a man marrying an older woman. I think there's a disadvantage in there for the man and the woman too as well. But significantly is from the side of the woman because she will get age or get older as compared to the young guy. And at the end of the day, when she reaches certain level, the guy would not have time again. He will want to go for someone younger. And on the flip side of it, he too will like, well, I don't see the advantage part on him too much. He doesn't have no disadvantage on him, unlike the woman. On the flip side, for the woman marrying an older person, uh, she has an advantage because she's still young, and tomorrow she could still carry on her life. For the man, well, his disadvantage probably because when he gets older, and probably that girl she'll look at and say, "Look, my man, you here today? I'm coming here, here." But again, it depends on the maturity level of the individual involved. But everything has their own disadvantages and advantages. They depend on the maturity level because you get married to a younger person who is far mature than a person who is older. Just my
So
take on it.
okay, so me first I will go to the disadvantage or disadvantages of a younger guy dating an older one. So the point I wrote down here, I wrote the issue of self-esteem. It kind of breaks down yourself. It breaks down your self-esteem. In other words, you kind of like you are not you lost self-esteem, your self-concept, you lost your self-concept, your self-esteem, your self-motivation, your self-belief, because then you kind of become a liability. Like you become lazy because you're not motivated because you now think that you got a goal man. You're not pushing yourself. And then eventually you don't know where you will end up because that it's not like Amma said, it's not advantageous for a young man, to live that kind of life. It's like and then when I look at the advantages, well, let me just put one advantage, even though there's none. Maybe material possession. I mean, maybe you could ride good car. I've seen a lot. I mean, we watched this old movie, the Teen Lamp Between Love and Hate with Martin Lawrence, and a rich lady, ride a woman car all around, do things, like you got everything, she send you on errand, you got money in your pocket because she want to keep you up. She buy nice clothes for you. She want you to dress so you can look good. May you give you good nutritional food so you can be able to do her work at night. So buy you protein, buy you protein food. I mean, get you nice protein. But I mean, a lady got to keep your body in shape. People don't want to say, but my man, how you start dating that woman, you just looking bad or you reduce. So you want to keep up that your body structure. So that's the point. As far as the men dating the older, I mean, men dating younger girl, I think for me, there are a lot of advantages. I mean, despite of the age limit, I think there are a lot of advantages because a lot of time I know. First, I push back on the fee depth, the longevity thing. But when you look at it too, a lot of especially in the Bassa community, go on the whole Oro, all the women that order their husband dead. Because those Bassa men, they go marry those I'm telling you, fee go to Oro. Half when I was growing up, half of the Bassa people that own that block, most of them couldn't see their men because those men marry them at a very young age. Those papa, those people build houses. Bassa people, that whole Oro, they build a lot of houses, and when they die, they just stay with the women. So that's another advantage too. I mean, there's a possibility the man he goes, he leaves the thing. There's not a guarantee you could go to before him. But yeah, if you look at it a lot of times, the man goes and then he leaves a lot of things, and then it creates stability too. That stability in the home where you go home to your mom, the man, you say your parents, you take things to your, it's there's a lot of advantage, man. As far as disadvantage, I think Lefi said some men could be controlling. Some older men, saying older men because they just want to have their way with those, because the women, maybe the younger girl is so dependent on him, so he wants to like create condition that she must accept. If she doesn't, then he start to starve her financially or other form of support and try to starve her, of those. So that's point of as disadvantage and advantages are concerned. You know,
Thank you so much for that. Jimmy, you already gave yours, right?
No,
Uh,
you know, in everything there are advantages and disadvantages. Today we are talking about age gap. For me, I'm not talking about whether the man or the woman. I'm just addressing it in general. All right, age gap has some disadvantages. I will start with the disadvantages and end with the advantages. The first disadvantage I want to mention here is the social stigma. If you're a young girl and you behind an older man, you know, not everybody will support it. Those who don't support it, they will mock you. They will badmouth you. And it goes vice versa. If you're an older man and you behind, a young girl, people who don't support it will badmouth you. And that result to their disapproval of your relationship. Secondly, the next disadvantage is the generational differences. Okay, if you are dating a man or girl who was born, in the 2000, she's dating a man who was born in the 70, you can see that there will be a huge generational gap. Okay, the man, might be old fashioned and the girl is modern fashion. So that gap will be there. But both of y'all can help each other to accelerate, to gravitate towards where you want to go, the goals you want to achieve, And then finally on the disadvantages, I want to mention what is known as power dynamics. There are some older men or older women who, when they are in a relationship with a person that is way younger than them, they want to exercise that power, that authority, that controlling kind of thing over them. Okay? That is a very huge disadvantage because some women who or some girls who were brought up in a very respectful home and have that home training will now want to disrespect someone who is older than them. So as the result of that, they remain under the authority and I call it the power of that person, and that person be controlling them here and there. And that if that happens, then that is not a relationship. I call it, because a relationship should be mutual, agreement, mutual decision, I call it, and all of that. Your word is not Bible, it's not bending on her, and her words are not bending on you. So there should always be a point where you sit down and discuss. But what are the benefits? The first benefits of age gap in a relationship is personal growth. Like Amma said in her, in her first statement, girls who are loving to older men behave way mature than girls who are loving to, their crowd, their peer. Okay, because the older men, most of the time, women will gravitate to, or towards the behavior of their partner. All right. And that is why you find out that more girls who are in relationship with older people behave way responsible and mature than those of the same age. Okay. And then the second thing there is emotional maturity. Emotional maturity. Emotional maturity is, you will be you will be how to call it, you will be developed in a way where your response to how to call it, your response to things will be, will not be reaction. Okay, you will not be reacting, to every little thing, but in other words, you will be responding, because there's a difference between responding and reaction. When you respond, it's in a positive manner. When you react, it's in a negative. You see, so your emotion, the way you deal with things, will be way mature than when you just how to call it, loving to your little community, but yeah, how to call it and stuff. And then another thing, another benefit that is in this age gap thing is what we call empathy and understanding. The man who is older than you, or the woman who is older than you, will let certain things go because that person believe that you are still developing. You are still developing to that level where you will reach and understand, as compared to the boy who does not understand that or a girl who does not understand that you are still developing, or she is still developing, to get to that stage of maturity to handle things. You see, so the older you are, the more empathized you become. And you see, and understanding how to call it, you become with the younger person. But two young people, it is very difficult, how to call it, for them to have empathy on each other, and be very understanding when the other person go astray. You see, and that is why most young relationship and marriages don't hold, because that maturity level is not there to empathize with their friend and to understand, what led to this person making this decision, how to call it, or how to call it, or doing XYZ. Okay. And then the final one, as I take my, how to call it, my leave tonight, is how relationship satisfaction. Yes.
How
When you
guarantee is that?
Most often, 9 out of 10, most women who love to a very mature man, or very older man that is mature, tend to have more satisfaction in their relationship than dealing with their own peer. Okay, I call it, because that man don't want nurse behind him. you know he just want to go to work, come home, and meet his injured. They live together happily. But a young man, if you leave work 5 o'clock, you want power all around, you know go south, east, west, north, I call it, before he get home. And sometimes he even get home, you know he come home that nurse. But most other men, they come from work, they already tired. They go home, they go to their women, and they eat their food. You know, they just chill with their family. See, so age gap, age is just a number. What is very important in relationship is the affection that you both share, and the level of empathy and understanding that you exercise, over each other. Thank you very much, Fee. I think it was a great discussion,
Thank
and
you.
you know, we'll see what will happen tomorrow. I call it what we have to what we have to discuss. And
All right. Thank you so
to
much.
all the people who have been asking for me, yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I love you. I love you. You wanna marry figure? A figure is annoying. You wanna marry?
Yeah, thank you for the show. We got a birthday in the house. Happy
Wait,
birthday,
wait, wait,
John
wait, wait.
Ross.
Somebody said it's their birthday today. John Ross.
You
It's
said,
my
but then they
birthday
say I'm
today.
35. I don't know.
My man, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, my brother. How to call it? Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, John.
Yeah.
Thank you
I,
for watching.
I wish you all the best. This new age has to offer it, and I pray that, everything you wish for comes alive.
All right. Thank you guys so much. I think you guys already covered all the advantages and disadvantages. Riverside Pro, you saying something?
No. I was just saying, happy birthday. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you guys for coming on. Each and every one of you watching. I definitely enjoy the show. Sorry I missed you guys. Please don't forget tomorrow we're starting the show at 3 o'clock. New hours, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll try to do a reels tomorrow morning just to remind everybody. Set your notification. But you guys already cover everything. But something you guys did not mention that I'm going to mention. Some of the advantages of men marrying a younger woman is having your kids stress free, having babies stress free. I'm so
Come on, man. Come on.
the woman will have energy to run behind the kids, and you don't have to be all running behind them too. She'll want to do everything. Marry young, okay? Marry
Come
young.
on, man.
Busy. You know how many times I gotta run behind my leg song? While the leg walk and jump over everything here. See me and he walking inside, you my grandson. No,
Marry young while you have the energy, okay? Marry young. But all joke aside, I really do think age is not just a matter of numbers. I do think it plays a significant role in who you spend the rest of your life with, how your life is going to be shaped, your future, and everything. I think age does matter. You should consider it before taking a significant gap. And if you're okay with that, hey, that's you. For me, that's why I didn't end up with anybody 25 years older than me because I don't think I can handle that.
Boy.
because because you grew up in the system. That's why if you have seriously, if you have because you grew up in a system in
Hi,
a
I'm Tim Walz, and I'm proud to be Kamala's pick for vice president.
Right.
If we want to win in November,
That man, I ain't left us for.
so if you were to people that you are dated maybe in the past, you went to school here and a lot of them were people that you hung out with were like people within your age group. But if you were fresh from Liberia or I think who knows? It could have been a little different, but
Yeah, probably.
yeah, probably. I mean,
I will say older men tend to come towards me a lot. But for me, I just think it's creepy. I'm like, you're so old.
yeah, I think, I think,
Like,
I
stay
think,
away from me. But you guys were talking about legal age. I honestly think love is love, and yeah, at some point, love age is just a number. But then when you start digging deep into it, where the maturity level, some people appears mature, but they're not.
yeah,
And then there are certain conversations you want to have. There are certain paths you want to go through, and you're like, I don't think that's gonna work. But I think men like to marry young because they want to build a family. And ideally, that's what that looks like. So you guys already cover all the advantage and disadvantages. I really enjoyed the show. Having you guys on, and the comment section was definitely giving today. It was
Wait, we barista.
I'm telling you, Libra. I will come for Libra. But yeah, thank you to all of our viewers, all of our supporters, each and every one of you guys on the show. I appreciate you guys. River Says Pro, Andrew, Charles. Definitely enjoy you bringing us back to that biblical setting where we need to go with this.
Yeah.
And appreciate Aman. That was some really great comments. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Please continue to share the show. We are about to hit 1 year of doing this show, and I think we've come a really long way. And if you like our show, please you know you can leave a review on Facebook. That would be really really helpful for us, so that way we can stay in the Facebook. I know I don't really do great with keeping up during the week. I try my best, but work has been really working. But I'll do my best to stay up with you guys on this social media thing. But please share the show. Let a friend, set a notification. Tomorrow we'll be here 3 p.m., 3 in the afternoon. We're trying on our new hours. So that way we can get to many of you who have requested for that. With that being said, see you tomorrow at 3. Don't forget. Thank you so much, River Says Pro. Do you want to say bye to the people?
Bye, everyone. Thank you to our listening audience, to our watching audience. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks to Fee. Yeah, you're doing a great job. Work, keeping up with your schedule, and sometimes it becomes hectic. But at least you come on to share these social issues that affects our society. These are day-to-day things. That's what I like about this platform. It's not about politics. Once in a while, we kind of throw little stuff in, but it's like social aspect of life, things that people are faced with. So the little advice, the little comment that you make on here, you don't know how much it impacts other people. So that's why it's important, when you're on the show, rather than just being like that's why I feed and know that I don't shy away from my comment. I can throw it in before the show starts. Those comments are necessary. It helps, answering it. It helps her too. She's not an expert. She's not a counselor, as far as I know. But they collectively we come up with things that, because we all have our own experiences when it comes to these situations. So collectively we all can kind of chip in with here and there, and then we all can come up with could be a help to somebody. Thank you, Leroy. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're not a man because like people they not attract that go now and see where they doing Chichi Pole, you will see more than 1,000 views. That's the nature of our society, where people discussing things that actually impact life. No, they don't want to be there. Yeah, they want to be on a gossip show where people cussing, and they are thrilled. They like those excitement. But we are not built for those kinds of things. So yeah, so
Absolutely.
thank you very much. Thank you, Fee.
Thank you.
Yeah, continue to do what you do.
Thank you so much. And you are absolutely right. I am not an expert in any of these relationship things. Just here to share my opinion like everybody else and learn from each other. So thank you guys. Thank you, Leroy. You definitely kept the comment section hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You guys have a great night. I will see you guys tomorrow, 3 p.m. Don't forget. All right. I see you guys tomorrow.